I think it no accident that every civilized people has discovered the art of distillation. Rofellos of Llanowar, flavor text of Braidwood Cup. The elves of Llanowar are one of the most iconic examples of their race found throughout the multiverse. Isolationist, perhaps even xenophobic, these elves were known for being harsh and unyielding to outsiders, rarely engaging with the world beyond their borders, and being fiercely protective of their forests. It is noteworthy, then, that one such elf would go on to foster friendship not only with elves elsewhere on Dominaria, but with humans as well. A young Rofellos traveled to the distant forest of Yavimaya to bolster friendship between these elven nations. His time there was not simply spent learning, but upholding responsibility. Multani, a Morrow who lived in Yavimaya, longed to explore the outside world, to ride upon the Weatherlight and join its crew. But Multani could not easily abandon his position as the voice of Yavimaya, the emissary of the forest. That is, until Rofellos appeared. The two exchanged places, allowing Multani to go on the journey he desired, and allowing Rofellos a deeper connection to the woods, one that affected him and affected Yavimaya. When Multani finally returned to his home, he found the woods different than when he had left. They had become harsh, violent, very much like distant Llanowar, thanks in part to the influence of Rofellos on the forest. The Morrow did not begrudge Rofellos for the changes he brought to the woods, and when the elf stepped down from his position, Multani took him on as an apprentice. Under Multani, Rofellos learned the secrets of Morrow sorcery, secrets long hidden from outsiders. In time, others would join him as students, the human Gerard Capuchin and the exiled catfolk Miri. The three grew close, each becoming great friends with one another. When the skyship Weatherlight returned to Yavimaya once again, it was not there for Multani. Instead, Sisse offered Gerard, whom she believed to be the inheritor of the legacy, to join the crew. Capuchin accepted the offer and, not to be separated, Rofellos and Miri came along with him. Together the trio journeyed across the world, enjoying the adventures that life aboard the Weatherlight brought them. But adventure was not the only thing the skyship brought, and no journey is without its tragedy. When the ancestral home of Krovax, a fellow crewmate, came under attack by the monsters of Phyrexia, the Weatherlight crew rushed to their aid. The battle on the estate was a harsh one, with crewmates facing against some of the most terrible creatures they ever fought. In the end, victory was achieved thanks to the aid of Selenia, Krovax's guardian angel, but it was a victory mired in loss as well. During the fighting, Rofellos was slain by the abhorrent Gallowbraid, and Gerard, his close friend, was overwhelmed by grief. Rofellos' time on board the Weatherlight was brief, but his impact could not be understated. Devastated by the loss of his friend, Gerard declared that he wanted nothing more to do with the Weatherlight, nor the legacy it sought. Saddened, Gerard left the crew, with a few others joining him. It would not be until years later that Gerard would even consider stepping aboard the Weatherlight again. Rofellos, Llanowar Emissary, is a legendary creature, elf druid, printed in Urza's Destiny. Costing 2 green mana, this 2/1 elf is a mana dork, and a really strong one. You can tap him to add 1 green mana to your mana pool for each forest you control. What an insane ability, no wonder he's banned in Commander. Rofellos is on the reserved list, a status that is unlikely to change in the near future, and while he's a relatively minor character in Urza's saga, he's pretty important for Gerard's backstory, so he may get a new card sometime in the future. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or sharing this video with your friends. If you're a fan of the Weatherlight, its crew, or the Weatherlight saga as a whole, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell. I'll be releasing more videos on this topic. Finally, this video is brought to you by my patrons. If you enjoy my work and would like to support me, head on over to my Patreon. A link to it will be in the description below. Thanks again, and have a great day.